Hi, everyone. My name is Ella Hardy, and thank you so much for joining me on today's episode of Life Behind the Lens. Now, today I'm going to be interviewing social media influencer Anna Klem. Anna, thank you so much for joining me today.
You so much for having me. I'm so excited.
I'm so excited to interview you. So to start off, so tell me a little bit about what your life was like before social media and how your social media career has developed over the last couple years.
Yeah, so I'm pretty young. I'm 22, so I feel like my social media career actually started really young. Kind of like right after high school, I was kind of just trying to figure out like what I wanted to do with my life. I
Hmm.
didn't go like the college route, so I was like, what do I want to do? I worked at Sephora for a little bit. I was just posting videos and stuff like that, living with my parents. I was just living like a typical everyday life, I feel like.
Yeah. Makes sense. So obviously a big part of your social media is you and Jackson's relationship. We know that you guys just got married earlier this year, so it was a really big part of everything this year for you. So tell me a little bit about how you and Jackson met and kind of how your relationship developed over the years.
Yeah, so we actually have a long history of like knowing each other and stuff like that. We actually were in the same second grade class. Crazy.
That's
I feel like not a lot
crazy.
of people know that. And when they find out, they're like, what? Like, yeah. We have like a picture of us in like the same class, and it's like crazy. I'm like, we didn't even know. But so yeah, we just had a long history of like going to school together, being in the
Hmm.
same town. We live in kind of like a roughly small town. So um sorry, I don't know why it's like I thought it was zooming in and
No,
out.
you're good.
So yeah, we've known of each other for a while. My sister and his sister grew up together. They played softball and basketball together, and my father-in-law was their coach. So
Mm.
again, just like going to the games and seeing each other, knowing of each other. And then my dad was also a coach with Brian, which is my father-in-law. So just like a
Hmm.
long history of like being family friends and stuff like that. And it wasn't until high school when we went to a homecoming dance and
Hmm.
we both were single, dancing with each other, whatever, got each other's Snapchat. And yeah, the rest is history.
That's crazy. So do you feel like when everything started with the social media, because obviously you have your personal social media, Jackson has his, and then there's like the Clem family all together. So do you feel like your relationship changed at all as like the social media platform was growing, or was everything still the same?
Everything was still the same. I feel like it was so natural just because I've been posting forever. Like literally, I started posting when I like first had gotten a phone. So I feel like it was all so natural when everything happened.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about the proposal. So did you know beforehand, or did you know leading up to it?
So let's see, it was the year of 2024, and we went
Hmm.
ring shopping in the fall time. I think it was like actually October. And I thought it was gonna happen that summer. Like I was 100% sure. I was like, he's still in college, so we're kind of doing long distance, even though
Hmm.
it's like an hour. But to me, that was long distance. I was like, it's gonna be in the summer. We're going to Florida. We had like a Florida trip planned. I was like, it's definitely gonna be in the summer. Well,
Hmm.
we went to Florida in spring break. We go like during spring break and then in the summer. And that's when he did it. He actually told me that we were going to see sand sculptures on the beach, which he was so smart for that because the time before when we went to Florida, him and his grandpa were talking about seeing sand sculptures, and I was like, wait, that would be so fun, like a sand sculpture like competition vibe. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch that. So that's what he said we were doing, and we went on the beach, and he had a little setup planned for me. I knew when we like got out of the car, I just had a feeling, like I was like, wait, could he be
Yeah.
doing that? But I was like 100% sure because I was like, I would know from my family. Like,
Hmm.
I would know. Literally had no idea. And you think
I
you're gonna know too because you're like, you know that
Yeah,
man. Like,
no, I swear I had the exact same thing. So we were driving back the day before the proposal. We were driving back from Myrtle Beach, and I just knew. Like I knew it was happening the next day, and I was starting to get the feeling, and I knew we were going to like a vineyard thing the next day, but I thought it was for something else. It was supposed to be for a family thing, and he was supposed to be working that day. So I was like, okay, maybe not, but part of me was like deep down I knew. And then I went to bed
it's
that
like
night.
you don't want to get your hopes up. Like I didn't want to get my
Yeah.
hopes up, so I was like, no, we're not. Like we're not.
Yeah. And then I
I
had
love
a dream about it that night, and I woke up and his location was off, and I was like, yeah, it's happening. So I like
like
got
not
myself
kidding,
ready and
babe.
everything.
Wait, oh my gosh, let me see your ring.
Yeah, oh yeah, sorry. Oh wait, okay. There you
Oh,
go.
I love Beyonce.
I know our wedding's in May, so we're like peak planning right now. So it's pretty stressful, which kind of goes into my next question, which I was going to ask. How was your wedding planning process, juggling it with, doing social media and everything else you had going on in your life? What was the planning process like?
Oh my gosh, so I feel like I was super lucky. We actually had like a longer engagement. I feel like it was like a year and 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like I was lucky, like because of my job and obviously not having like a typical 9 to 5,
Mm-hmm.
I had all the time in the world to like get on meetings and like really do research and find what I wanted. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like I was definitely stressed as in like I didn't really know who to go with or
Yeah.
like didn't know what venue to go with. We literally booked our venue like 5 months before we got married.
Mm-hmm. Oh
We
my
literally
gosh, that's
got
crazy.
I know, no, literally, we got married in a like on a weekday on a Wednesday because they didn't have any weekends. I was like, I don't care. This is the venue I want, like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was stressful in the beginning, just kind of like the basic things, like figuring out that. Like I feel like you get engaged and you're like, okay, I want to go wedding dress shopping. What
Mm-hmm.
do we do after that? Like where do you go from there? But
Yeah.
you start booking your vendors and we had a wedding planner that was really, really helpful as well.
Mm-hmm.
Once we did that, it went really smoothly. So it was really fun. I honestly miss it so much. Take it in because you're gonna miss it one day.
I know we have a pretty long engagement too. Ours is like a year and 10 months, and it just
Okay.
feels like so long at this point because now it's been over a year already.
So you're like, I
And
want to get married.
yeah, and it's so hard because he doesn't live here. He lives about an hour and a half away. So it's really even more like not only the being married part, but just like having him back here and being like having all of this past us. Like it's stressful. I'll tell you that. Even with all the time, like I was in my last semester of college, like going into my last semester of college when he proposed. So that entire first semester, like I couldn't do but so much because I was still in school. And then I started my
Oh,
job here a couple months after that. So it's just been like constant. So I'm
go,
I'm
go,
ready for
go.
it to be there.
I love that you guys went with a longer engagement though, because I always say like it's so worth. You just want to take it all in, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely have had plenty of time. So tell me a little bit about how you started your social media career. I know you said that you started like filming videos when you were pretty young and like in high school, and you kind of always knew in the back of your mind that you wanted to do this. But then when the Klem family really like grew their platform, how do you feel like that affected you, and how did you take part in that?
Yeah, so like I said, I've always literally right when I got a phone, I was the one that was like, I would took made all my friends take pictures of me. I made my sisters take pictures of me on the beach. Like I've always just had that passion of like sharing my life online.
Mm-hmm.
On Instagram actually started. So senior year, was it senior year or junior year of high school? One of those years, I got my first brand deal with Princess Polly. Actually, I don't know if you
Oh
know what that
wow, that's a big
is.
one for like your
Oh my
first
gosh,
one.
yeah, and it was just like a $400 gifting like every month or something. But to me, I
Mm-hmm.
was like, oh my gosh, like that's crazy. Whatever. And so yeah, that was when I was like, wait, this could be like an actual thing, like an actual job. Like I loved all the things
Yeah.
influencing. Like even though I didn't really know that you can make a like it was honestly just such a dream to me, like a long road dream, but I didn't know like it could happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then like I said, after high school, I made it full time when I signed with my management in late 2024, early 2025. We started the Klem family in 2020 during COVID, actually, literally just playing games like for fun. Like I
Yeah.
think the first video going viral was like a basketball shooting game or something. Like, it was literally nothing. It's funny because actually my father-in-law started posting videos because he wanted to get more followers than Lauren, which is my friend. So it wasn't even like serious like that at all. And then I feel like, you know how COVID was. I feel like everyone was on TikTok watching all the things and yeah, it kind of just blew up. We kept doing it and it's definitely helped my account a lot for sure. I had an account before, but I feel like obviously being in the Clem family, people are like, oh, like I want to follow her because, yeah.
Yeah.
So it definitely helped a lot.
So what do you feel like? Obviously, you said the basketball video was like the one that really blew up and got them a platform, but has there ever been like a defining moment that I don't know if you guys were like out in public and somebody recognized you, like what was the defining moment that you guys were like, oh, like this is bigger than we thought, or we're bigger than we thought?
Oh my gosh, we would start getting recognized a lot kind of just around like Indiana. And
Mm-hmm.
then we went on a vacation to Wyoming actually. And that was when a lot of people noticed us, I feel like. And I was like, oh
Mm-hmm.
my gosh, like this is insane. Like more people from Wyoming, I feel like know me than like Indiana. Like it was crazy. So I feel like we did like the rolling money ball, I think is what we used to call it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, it's been so long. It was money ball. And that's kind of what like got it going. I think ESPN posted it and we were like, whoa, like this is insane. And I think it was, oh my gosh, I could be so wrong, but I think, was it NLE Chop? It was Blueface. I don't know if you know what that is.
Yeah, I do.
Blueface is a rapper, like duetted it. And we were like, what the heck? Like this is insane. So I feel like when little things started to happen like that, we were like, oh, like this is crazy.
Yeah. Wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy. So what would you say are like some of the best and worst parts of like having a social media career?
I think the best parts is just like inspiring. Like I love inspiring people and just being authentic, and it's just so fun and cool. Like it's literally my dream job. I feel like the bad parts, oh my gosh, it's so hard. Like I feel like there's pros and cons to everything. There's so many pros to it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a con can maybe be like you have to have like a routine, if that makes sense. I feel like in the beginning I didn't really have a routine, and
Yeah.
I kind of was like literally if I didn't like wake up and like go work out and like do all these things that I do, I literally was like feel like I was going insane because I was
Yeah.
just so bored and stuff, like out of my mind. And now I do those things and I love it. So yeah.
Yeah. So what would you say is like a common misconception? I'm sure a lot of people that don't have like a social media platform in any way, there's a lot of things or assumptions they have about people on social media that might not necessarily be true. So what would you say are like common misconceptions about influencers or social media families or anybody that has an online presence?
Oh my gosh, I feel like people just think they know you a lot more than they do, and so they'll assume things. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like I see that with a lot of influencers that I even follow. Like you think, oh, you know, like their daily life, you know this, you know that, and really you don't.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like maybe that's the only thing.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So what would you say are your long-term goals both on and off social media? So things that you really want to see your platform take you, but also things like off of social media, even if it's just like things that you and Jackson, places you want to go, things you want to do, things like that. Like what are your long-term goals for on and off screen?
I definitely want to be a mom one day, which we're so excited for. But
Mm-hmm.
before that, we are just traveling like crazy. We've been loving just traveling as much as we can. I definitely want to be like a business owner one day. So
Mm-hmm.
that's definitely like a long term because I don't know when that's gonna happen anytime soon. But yeah, that's a goal. Yeah, we'll just see where it takes us.
What kind of business would you want to own?
I literally don't know. Like, I feel like I have so many ideas. I love anything clothing. Like, I love like linen pants, linen,
Mm-hmm.
like stuff like that. So I thought of that. There's so many things, so many businesses. I feel like I want it to be something that's very kind of creative. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I want to make sure I know what I want to do instead of just kind of like put it out there and go for it. So, yeah.
Well, that would be cool because I feel like there's not any companies or anything that focus on like if you were to do the linen
Yeah,
style clothes, like there's nobody that just does that.
so true. So true.
So the last thing I was going to ask, do you have anything coming up that you can share that we might not already know about for the near future?
Ooh.
Any partnerships, brand deals, like literally anything in the near future that you have planned?
I think, huh? I don't know. I don't think so. I'm going on a cruise with a fun brand in January or December. Oh my gosh. December.
The year's going by fast.
No, literally, I'm like, hold on. It's yeah. So yeah, that'll be fun. That's a crazy opportunity. I'm so excited for that. But that's pretty much all that I can think of.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, Anna, if you have anything else that you want to add, you can do so now. But if not, that's all I have.
I think you covered all of it. I'm so excited for this opportunity. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. Well, Anna, thank you so much for joining me today. It was such a pleasure talking to you and get to learn more about you and Jackson and the Klem family. So you can watch this episode on WRIC Plus or WRC.com. Thank you so much, Anna.